Hello. Welcome to this week's flow practice. I am so happy that you're here and taking this well-deserved time for you. So today, as we move through today's practice, we've been kind of focusing a lot on that anchoring down to lift up, and we're going to kind of continue that today. And I recommend that you do have a couple of blocks for today's practice. So if you don't have blocks, grab, a couple coffee cups or something like that. That will give you something to kind of press into a little bit. And then cushions are great. You want to kind of have both options, as they'll serve different purposes at certain times. So right now, I would recommend that you grab a cushion or a block and come and sit on top of it. And then as we sit up tall, giving the hips a little bit of height, I want you to just notice what you notice and wiggle out a little bit. And then close the eyes if they aren't there already. And then once you wiggle out all the wiggles you need to get out, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Bring the thumb and the index finger to just gently touch. And then just consciously let your muscles in the face, I should say, just soften a little bit. And from there, let your shoulders relax as well. And just feel your breath. Right away, enabling your ability to just anchor into this moment now. As we anchor into the present moment, really appreciating it. This time is just for you. And so the goal is to see if we can keep the focus and awareness centered around how you feel as you move through today's practice, so you can adjust accordingly. Honor your body, honor the state that you're in. Continue to just breathe to start to create that steady state. Setting the intention that you will remain present, or at least when your mind does wander, as it will, that you'll just catch it and notice and come right back. Just for now, let all the other stuff just be there. Whatever distractions come up, just come back to your breath. And allow yourself just 2 more here. One more like this. Slowly take your time as you open up the eyes. And then just take the gaze up, open and expand the chest. Bring the hands to the hips and just squeeze those elbows back behind you. One more breath. And then let the hands come to the front of the hips, round your spine as you tuck the chin and take a breath there. And then inhale, slowly come all the way up. Now I'm going to get you to come off of that block. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the right leg out to the right. You're going to keep your left knee bent. So you're going to inhale, sit up really nice and tall, and then take your hands in front of you. So naturally you're going to slide or lean over to the left. I want you to anchor that right hip. And then from that anchored space, just kind of inch forward a little bit. Or maybe a lot. Just make sure that you don't go a lot and then lift your right hip to get there. So when you feel that sweet spot, that little kind of lift start to occur, anchor back down and then let the head get heavy. And as you inhale, feel the anchoring of both sit bones and lengthen your spine from there. As you exhale, soften in some way through that upper body. Allow your shoulders to melt down. Take one more deep breath here. And then on your inhale, you're gonna slowly take your time and come all the way up. So taking the left hand behind your back, right arm's gonna reach up to the sky. So option 1 is just reaching from here. Option 2, you can bend that left elbow, keep the shoulder down your back, and just reach a little further. A little bit deeper, you're gonna press that left arm straight, point through your right toes, and then you're gonna lift your hips up to the sky, and then reach that right arm back. And then just really feel the anchoring of the left palm, left foot. Push your hips forward a little more, and then just reach long with that right arm. Take 2 more breaths. Really fill the right side of your body with your breath. 1 more here. And then slowly take your time. Now, reach your right arm to the right, and then reach the left arm to the left. A big breath in. Now flex that right foot, actively hug the ribs, and you're gonna turn and twist using that strength of your core. Right hand grabs to outside of the hip. Left hand is gonna grab the outside of your right leg. So you're not gonna go as deep as you can. I want you to be able to wing that elbow out and then play with the depth. Maybe the hands inch a little further, but I want you to be able to keep that soft bend in your elbow, and then tuck your chin to your chest and see if you can just let your left ear come down towards your right knee. So as you inhale, push through the right side and pull through the left. And just feel that stretch through the left side of the back body into the side body, and just meet that with your breath. We're gonna take just 1 more here. And then on your inhale, slowly come all the way up. Now from this position, you're gonna straighten or bend your right knee, bring it in front of you, and then tuck your left foot towards your right hip. You're gonna interlock your fingers behind the back of the right leg. You're gonna lift that up, draw your shoulders down your back, and then from here, you're gonna see, could you reach that left arm forward? And then maybe the right arm reaches forward, and then you keep lifting out of the waist. Breathing deeply here. Maybe we start to straighten through that right leg as we just wake up a little bit more into that core. Breathing here for 3. So chest stays up, shoulders stay down, breath stays calm. 1 more here. And then we're gonna do 1 more on this side. With your right hand, grab the back of the right leg, and then left hand's gonna grab the outer edge of your right foot. Now pull your left shoulder down your back, lift up really nice and tall. Right hand comes behind your back. You're gonna lift up here. Now anchor the right sit bone, and then see if you can lengthen that right leg a little bit more, only if it lets you lift taller in that spine. And then right arm can reach to the back wall. Inhale, lifting a little taller. Exhale, opening a little bit more. Taking 1 more big breath. And then slowly taking your time, and then we'll switch that. So take your time. Let's bring the feet a little wider than the hips and just rock the knees a little bit side to side. Noticing how that feels as you go side to side, a little different between the left and the right. And then we'll take our time and switch that. So now left leg goes out to the side, right knee bends. Wiggle your sit bones down, and then we'll inhale, sit up really nice and tall. Take your time as you inch your fingertips forward. Just notice that point where you start to kind of lean over into the right, and then don't do that. Anchor down evenly, and then let the head get heavy. Allow your shoulders to soften here, and just feel your breath. Every exhale, you may soften a little bit deeper. You may inch your way a little bit deeper. Good, you have 2 more breaths here. One more like this. And then on your inhale, you're gonna slowly take your time rolling yourself all the way up. Now right hand comes behind the back. From here, left arm's gonna reach up. So option 1, you're reaching from here. Option 2, you're gonna bend into that right elbow, reach through the left. And then option 3, you keep that right arm straight. You press down and you sweep the hips forward as that left arm reaches back. Keep the shoulders sliding down your back, and then notice you're naturally going to kind of lose the anchoring of that right foot. So really push it down, push the hips forward and up, and then reach from there and breathe a lot. 2 more here. One more breath. And then slowly taking your time, bringing your hips back down. Left arm reaches out, left leg is active as your right arm reaches. So from there, hug through that midline and twist over. Left hand comes by your left hip, right hand grabs, not as deep as you can. Grab, be generous in terms of how much space you give. And then once you wing the elbow out, then play with the depth from there. Left hand presses, and then right hand pulls. Tuck your chin to your chest, and then imagine like you're trying to just bring that right ear to your left knee. And just breathe deeply here. Lengthening more as you inhale, pulling a little bit deeper as you exhale. One more breath. And then you're going to inhale slowly, take your time, come all the way up. So now bend your left leg, bring it in front of you, tuck your right foot a little bit closer to your left hip. Interlock your fingers, grabbing the back of that left leg. Lift up really nice and tall, spread your toes wide, and then see if it's available to reach your right arm forward without losing the length of the spine. Maybe we can reach the left arm forward, and then you can even extend that left leg up to the sky. Keep the chest open, breathing deeply here for 3. Shoulders down your back as you lift the heart a little bit more for 2. One more breath. And then you're going to slowly bend into that knee. Right hand reaches and grabs the outer edge of your left foot. Now lift up tall. Take your left hand behind your back and use that to push and lengthen. Then start the twist. Maybe we start to extend that left leg, and then left arm can reach back. Inhale, growing a little bit taller. Start to challenge that balance and look to your left thumb. Breathing here. One more breath. And then slowly take your time, come back to the center. So really good. Take your time. We're going to swing those feet around and come into our first tabletop. So in that tabletop position, I want you to just start by swaying the hips a little bit side to side. And as you move around into that, just notice what you notice. And then as always, we're going to give a little bit of love to the wrist. So you're going to turn your fingertips towards the side, and then as much as you can towards you. Press through those palms. We're going to inhale, come into a cat-cow from here. Open and expand the chest as you bring a soft bend in the elbows. And then exhale, actively push into the floor, not just with your hands, but with your shins too. And inhale, slowly open up. So tops of the feet really press down. Exhale, pressing away from the floor. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, open up. And exhale, press away. On your inhale, you're going to come into a nice flat back, turning your fingertips to face the front. Now from here, you're going to walk your hands forward. Bring your knees and feet together. We're going to inhale, come into a modified version of our plank. So we're going to inhale, lower down, chest stays open. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, shifting that weight back. And then exhale, slowly coming forward. Inhale, lower down. So just warming up through that upper body. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, shifting the weight back. And exhale, slowly coming forward. Just 2 more. Inhale, keep the weight in your palms even. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, slowly shift the weight back. And then exhale, come forward. Just 1 more time. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, shift the weight back. And then exhale, slowly coming forward. Now this time we're going to lower to a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Now, reach your right arm to the right, tense your left fingertips wide, and then we're gonna open the chest. Now, maybe this is perfect where you are. Maybe it feels good to lift that left leg and take the left foot behind the back of the right leg. And then you just breathe here. Pressing down through the right palm, pushing into the left to just deepen that stretch. 2 more here. One of my personal faves. And then slowly take your time, come back to the center. And then left arm's gonna reach to the left, tenting the right fingertips wide, and then open and expand the chest. Right leg lifts up, and then you're gonna press that right foot behind your left leg and breathe deeply here. As you inhale, pressing down through the left hand, opening up a little bit more. Good, 1 more breath. And then on your next inhale, slowly taking your time and coming into the center. So now what I want you to do is bring your hands wider than the mat, just the thumbs touching, tops of the feet pressing. We're gonna inhale, lift the head and the chest, keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, slowly come back down. Inhale, we're gonna be here for a few rounds, so maybe start to press into the palms, get a little bit more length. Exhale, fold forward. Let it be really drippy as you create that space, maybe coming up a little higher. Exhale, slowly coming back down. We're gonna do 2 more. Inhale, peeling yourself up, keeping it spacious. Exhale, slowly coming back down. And then 1 more here. Inhale, peeling up. We're gonna hold it here. Taking 1 more deep breath. And then you're gonna slowly take your time and come back down. Hands come back by your floating ribs, knees and feet together. Exhale, press back up and hold it here. If you feel strong, tucking the toes, lifting the legs. If it doesn't feel strong as you do it, then bring your knees back down. We're holding here for 3. And 2. Keeping that breath calm. And then slowly lifting the hips up into your first downward facing dog. So take a couple of breaths, push your hips a little bit side to side. Just notice what feels good here. And then bend your knees a little more than you need to. Just tilt your tailbone up to the sky and then press into your palms as you lengthen the sides of your body. Breathe here for 3. 2. And 1 more breath. Now on your inhale, we're gonna take that right leg up towards the sky and then step your right foot to the outside of your hands. Reach that right arm up and big breath here. Now squeeze through the left leg and reach a little higher with the right. 1 more breath. Slowly take that right hand back down. Now inhale, heart forward. Float that right leg back, dropping the knees if you need. Exhale, lower to hover. Inhale, untuck the toes, pressing into that back bend. And then exhale, find your way back into your down dog. And you reset right away. Big breath in, and bigger breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts up to the sky, and then slowly step your left foot to the outside of the hands. Inhale here, left arm reaches up to the sky, shoulders down your back, and as you press into the left foot, reach a little further with that left hand. On your next inhale, left hand floats down, heart forward as you float that left leg back. Lower with control. Inhale, press evenly into those feet, open the chest, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Let that head be heavy. Let's take a clearing breath here. Inhale. Big exhale. 1 more here. Nice and slow and relaxed, and then as you inhale, right leg lifts up to the sky. Now, you're gonna step your foot behind your hands and then drop the back knee down. untuck the toes, and then you're gonna bring your hands to your hips. So I want your left hip right over top of the heel, right knee over top of the heel. Inhale here. Now, from this position, what I want you to do is take your arms out to the side. Now, just like we did before, you're gonna hug the ribs in and then actively twist to the right. So what I mean by that is you're pulling from that midline, and then when you can't reach anymore, you're gonna take your left hand to your right knee, and then you're gonna start to challenge that balance and look to your right thumb. Inhaling here, lifting tall through the spine. Exhale, rinsing out a little bit deeper. Almost there. One more breath. And then you're gonna slowly take your time and frame your right foot. Now, lengthen the heart forward, tuck your left toes under, and then we're gonna exhale, shift the weight back. Lengthening through the spine, dropping that right hip. If this feels too intense with the hands forward, know that you can bring them underneath your shoulders or maybe somewhere in between. Just find the position that's going to enable you to breathe through this. And then just keep lengthening the heart forward. One more breath. Now on your next inhale, lengthen the heart forward. We're gonna shift the weight. And then from here, you're gonna keep that back knee, or back toe, tucked. And you're gonna bring the hands to the hips. Now from this position, you're just gonna hover that left knee and bring your hands to your heart. Big breath in. You're gonna hinge forward, straighten that back leg, and then push up into a warrior three. Breathing deeply here as you hinge forward, open the chest more, and drop your left hip. Go a little bit deeper. One more breath. Keep pushing out of the right side. Now inhale here. Open those arms up. Take a big breath in as you take up more space, and then slowly bend that left leg up and through. Nice big breath in. Now, just like we did before, exhale, twist now to the left, and then from here, just pause, feel that even expansion, and then right hand's gonna grab left knee, and then you're gonna start to trust yourself to look to that left thumb. And it's gonna be wobbly, my friends, so you just notice what happens through the wobbles, right? Where does your mind go? Do you get frustrated? Do you let it get the best of you? Or do you just start to just become bigger than what's trying to shake you down? One more breath. And then we'll slowly take our time, come back to the center, arms reach up, exhale, hands to your heart, kick that leg forward, and then we're gonna slowly flow it out. Lower that left leg, inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward, let that upper body go. Inhale, hands to shins as you lengthen the heart forward. And then exhale, plant those palms. You're gonna step back into your high plank position. Take a breath, make it steady. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, press through both feet as you open the chest. Exhale, and float back into your downward facing dog. Let this be your reset. Maybe that means taking a deep clearing breath. Maybe it means taking a child's pose. We've got two more here. One more breath. And then as you inhale, left leg lifts up towards the sky. Big breath. Step your left foot just behind the hands. Drop that back knee down. And then from here, untuck the toes, come into that 90-90 lunge. So you're sitting up tall, pressing and making it so that you're not dumping the weight forward, right? You're really scooping in and up. Arms are gonna open up, take a nice big breath in. Exhale, we're gonna twist to the left. So feel that expansion, and then right hand grabs left knee. Grow taller from that connection, and then open up a little bit more. Inhale, lifting a little taller. Exhale, opening even more. Two more breaths. And one more here. Inhale, slowly coming back to center. So take your hands, frame that left leg. Lean forward so that you can tuck your right toes, and then slowly start to shift that weight back. As you shift the weight back, you're gonna pull your left toes towards you and just keep lengthening through the sides of your body. And then you breathe. Every inhale, come back to connecting with your foundation so that you can lengthen and create a little bit more room. As you exhale, you soften into that space that you create. 2 more breaths. And then 1 more here. Really good job. On your next inhale, lengthen the heart forward as you lift it slightly. We'll shift the weight forward, keeping the back toes tucked. From this position, you're gonna bring your hands to your hips, and then you're gonna really scoop in. You're gonna see, can I just lift that right knee to a hover, and then bring your hands to your heart. Lunge the weight forward as you power through that back leg, and then we're gonna lift. Right leg lifts, squaring the body off, pressing into your palms just as strong as you would in a plank position. Hinge forward a little more, kick up a little bit more. 1 more breath. And then you're gonna slowly pull that right leg up and through. Inhaling here. Now expand, reach those arms out to the side. Then you're gonna hug the ribs, twist over to the right, and then just pause here. Left hand grabs outer edge of the right knee as you resist between them. Lift taller from that connection. And then you're gonna trust yourself to look to the right, and then look to the right thumb. Breathe here. Finding one spot to look at. 1 more breath. Could you rinse out a little bit more? And then slowly take your time. Come back to the center, hands to your heart. Exhale, kicking that right leg forward, and then we flow. Slowly lower the right leg down. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, let that whole upper body go. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthening your heart forward, and then exhale, planting your palms. We're gonna step back into that high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, come back to your downward facing dog. Breathe here. And just come back to that just really nice slow flow of your breath. Two more like this. And one more here. And then inhale slowly, take your right leg, kick it up towards the sky. Now you're gonna bend your right knee, step your right foot in between the palms. Now from this position, you're gonna lift the back leg strong and then bring your hands to your hips. So now we're in that deep version of our lunge. You're gonna slide deep into your right thigh, resist more with your left foot, and then inhale, open the arms up. Now draw the shoulders down your back, hug the ribs in, and then you're gonna exhale, twist to the right. Right arm's gonna reach back as you reach forward with the left. Now take one more breath here, and then what I want you to do is take your right hand to the left hamstring, and then left arm's gonna lift up. You're just gonna breathe through the front of that left hip. And then could you challenge your balance and look to the left hand? One more breath. And then on your inhale, slowly taking your time. Now both arms are gonna reach straight forward. Draw the shoulders down your back. Lift the arms up. Palms face forward, and then you're just gonna breathe into that as you open and expand the chest. Big breath here. One more like this. And then slowly reach the arms up.
Exhale, bring your hands down on either side of your right toes. So you're gonna drop your left knee down. Now, I highly recommend you have something to give you a little bit of height here. And then from here, you're gonna untuck your left toes this time. So we're gonna shift the weight back, lifting your right foot, your right toes, I should say. Heel will come onto the mat. Now, what I want you to do, bring your hands a little more under your shoulders. Now, see if you could use the strength from your core and your hip to lift that right leg and bring it in line with your left knee. If you need your hands, that's fine. Lengthen the heart forward. And then from here, you're gonna walk your blocks over to the right edge. And then you're just gonna breathe into that. Lengthening the heart a little bit more. Finding that nice little side bend as you breathe into the side of your right hip and leg. Almost there. Really good. You're taking one more deep breath. Good, and then slowly taking your time, bringing your hands back on either side. So walking your right foot now in that slightly shorter stance, you're gonna take your time and bring your right foot down to the ground. Now, take your blocks off to the side, and then what we're gonna do is find the tips of the fingers. You're gonna tuck your left toes, and you're gonna just hover that back knee. So what I want you to do is keep your gaze forward. You're gonna hop and switch your legs. Slow as you can, and we're gonna do that a couple of times. Just lift. Try not to overthink it as we switch. One more time, each side, and finish with your left leg forward. Good. Now from here, bring your hands to your heart. Big breath in, and we're gonna once again find that warrior three. So right leg should be lifting, left foot pressing down into the ground. Open the chest. Take one more breath. And then you're gonna bend that right knee and pull that right knee up and through. So now, right hand comes to the hip, and then what I want you to do is just like we started class, you're gonna see if you can reach and grab the outer edge of the foot. Now, you have to be able to get your spine straight and get some element of an extension of the leg, but it does not need to be straight, okay? So you find what works for you. Hand to the outer edge of the knee like we did the first round is perfectly fine. And then when you feel yourself lifting up, right arm's gonna reach out, and then you're gonna trust yourself to slowly shift the gaze and look towards that right thumb. Inhaling here, lifting a little taller. Exhale, opening a little bit more. Allow yourself one more breath here, and then slowly take your time. Come back to the center, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, kicking that right leg forward, and then we'll slowly release. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, big breath. Exhale, folding forward, let the upper body go. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthening the heart forward. Exhale, plant your palms, we'll step back into that high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, opening up. And then exhale, pressing back into your downward facing dog. Big breaths. Just nourishing your ability to calm down. Again, the focus is to see if we can keep that awareness and stay steady in this moment. One more breath. And then as you inhale, left leg is gonna lift up towards the sky. Bend your left knee, step your left foot in between your palms, back leg strong, and then bring your hands to your hips here. So lift up nice and tall, and then squeeze through that right leg. Slide a little bit deeper. Now you're gonna notice you dump a little bit. Your pelvis will tilt. So scoop in. You should feel more work in your left thigh and more stretch into your right. Arms are gonna open up. Nice big breath in, palms face forward. Exhale, slowly start to twist to the left as you breathe here. And as you inhale, lift a little bit taller. As you exhale, feel that expansion through the front of your chest, squeezing through that right leg. One more breath here. And then you're gonna take that left hand to your right hamstring. Right arm's gonna reach up to the sky, drawing that shoulder down your back, and then maybe we even start to bring the gaze up. Just keep creating space, and then soften into that space. One more breath here. On your next inhale, you're gonna lift those arms, reach them forward, just reset, and then reach them up, palms face forward, bend the elbows, and open the heart. Lift up more. Could you slide a little deeper as you create that expansion? One more breath. And then just slowly take your time, hands frame that left leg, dropping the back knee, this time untucking the toes. So we're gonna shift the weight back. And then from here, again, I highly recommend the use of something here to give yourself a little height. Press down, lift your left leg, and bring it in line awkwardly with your right. And then breathe here. This might be enough. Again, this is gonna bring it more into the outer edge of that leg. You'll still feel your hamstring, very likely. Walk your hands over to the left if you want to increase that stretch. It's gonna feel weird, it's gonna feel awkward. Notice what your mind does with these things, right? Do you get frustrated, or do you soften? Do you take some of the pressure off? We don't want you to force your way through anything. Give yourself one more breath here. And then you're gonna inhale slowly, take your time, bring those hands back. Once they're there, slowly walk that left foot in line with your left hip. So now you're gonna ditch the blocks, take your time coming onto ideally that fingertip grip. And from this position, you're gonna tuck your right toes. We're gonna inhale here, coming into a few more of those hop switches. So just lift your hips up and then switch your legs. And again, switch your legs. Breathing deeply here. Good. One more like this. And then from that position, you're gonna right away bring your hands to your heart. Plug in, shift the weight forward, and kick that left leg up. Press down, hug in, and expand, right? One more breath. Go a little deeper, get a little wobbly with me. Inhale here. Arms are gonna open up. You're gonna bend that left leg up and through. Now left hand to the hip. Right hand, again, can come to the outer edge of the knee like we did before, or you can play with reaching down and seeing if it's there to grab the outer edge of the foot. So we did this at the start, right? Draw the shoulder down into that seated twist. A little trickier here, but all the same principles. Use the hand to pull and lift the chest. Let that translate into a stronger anchoring through your right foot. And then you twist a little deeper. Trust yourself to look back to that left thumb. One more breath. Rinse out a little more, and then slowly take your time, bring your hand to your heart, lift up tall, and then slowly kick that left leg forward. Lower down, really good job. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, folding forward as you let that upper body go. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen the heart forward. And then exhale, plant your palms. You're gonna step back into your high plank. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, notice the temptation to wanna rush through any of this. Go slower, be mindful. As you find your down dog, then just close your eyes and inquire as to, what's the internal dialogue like these last 20 minutes or so? Again, are you encouraging towards yourself, or even just making the time to be here? But then are you encouraging yourself when you do go through those wobbly moments? It's a necessary step for growth, so if you want to deepen your practice, it's part of it. Take one more deep breath. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna slowly lift the heels high one more time, coming into that high plank position. Breathe in And then exhale, lowering slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down, really good. So now from this position, you're gonna inhale, glue your hands to your forehead or forehead to your hands, and then let the head relax. Now soften your shoulders. From this position, you're gonna lift and lengthen the right leg only off the mat. And then exhale, slowly lower it down. Inhale, lengthen the left leg, lift the left leg up off of the mat. And then slowly lowering it down. Let's just do that one more time each side. Right leg lengthens and lifts. And then slowly come back down. Are your shoulders relaxed? Left leg lifts. And then slowly release. Taking a breath here. And then spreading all 10 toes nice and wide, you're gonna lift those legs up off of the floor. Breathing deeply and holding the position for 3. So spread those toes, lift a little higher for 2. One more breath. And then slowly take your time. Stay how you are. And just big inhale. Really big exhale. One more breath. And then this time, glue the fingers to your forehead again. And you're gonna inhale here, lift the upper body and lift the legs. And if it's there, you're gonna reach those arms back, maybe perhaps even interlocking those fingers, opening and expanding the chest as you breathe deeply here for 3. Come up a little bit higher. For 2, give yourself one more big breath. And then we're gonna slowly release. Take your hands back by your floating ribs. Now, option is to keep the knees down, tuck the toes for a full plank, but your thighs should already be lifted. Inhale here, and then exhale, pressing up slow just to hover, and then push up for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Bring your knees down, good job. Take your time as you come into a wide-legged child's pose, and then breathe deeply here as you rock a little bit side to side. And then once you feel settled there, let the forehead relax fully and then rock the head side to side. And then when you feel ready, you're gonna come back to the center, inhale, heart forward, and then from that position, you're gonna lift the hips, kick the heels out to one side, and then actually, you're gonna keep the feet there. I got ahead of myself there. Bring the knees hips width apart. So I'm just giggling because this is one of my least favorite poses. And that's why we need to do it more, right? So you're gonna grab a hold of your block or cushion is just fine. And then you're going to bring that block in between the knees. So find the tips of the fingers. And then just like we were before, you're gonna really push into the tops of the feet. So that's gonna create some space into the low back and keep you safe. So I want you to imagine like you're pushing your hip bones into a wall. Take your hands to your low back, press gently down as you lift up more. Now squeeze the elbows back and start to bring a soft gaze up. Now breathe deeply here. And as you press down through the feet, I want you to just see if you can open up a little more. We're gonna take the first round, continuing to use the hands as supports. One more breath. Push down to create a little space. You only go deeper into your back bend if you've created space to do so. Inhale, slowly take your time. Option, down dog. If you feel at all lightheaded or dizzy, you're gonna ditch the block and come down onto your hands and knees. If you are in down dog, you're keeping that block there and then feeling that different experience of really squeezing into those inner thighs and that slight widening of the back body. 2 more breaths, and you just notice again, really important here, the internal dialogue.
What does your mind do when you turn your world literally upside down? Take one more breath. And then slowly take your time and then come back down. And so that's why this was my least favorite posture, because I was always so fixated on going, as deep as you can right away. So I would push myself and then I would panic, right? So there's nowhere you need to be. So option here is to stay exactly the same, and we're gonna start that way together. If you took out that block, I recommend bringing it back in. Hands to the low back. You're gonna lift through the heart, open the elbows back, and then soft gaze up. And then you just see if it's there for you to start to go a little bit deeper. Again, it must remain spacious. And then maybe you take your right hand down to your heel. If it's not quite there, know that you can tuck your toes and come into that position from there. If it is there, then release the second hand and don't lean into your hands. Create the resistance that you pull with your hands and open the chest from there. And you just breathe deeply. Again, keeping it spacious, training yourself to remain calm in a really uncertain and uncomfortable position. Take one more breath. Rise up. And then slowly with control, bring one hand to your low back, followed by the next, and then we'll inhale here. This time taking your block off to the side. And then you're just gonna bring your knees and feet together here. Tucking the chin to the chest, just slowly let the forehead come down, and then just be kind as we reverse that back bend, rock really gently side to side. And then when you feel comfortable, let your forehead come down, arms go by your side, they're gonna flip up, and you're gonna relax your shoulders down. And just big breaths into the back of your body. Big exhales. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna roll ourselves up just enough that we can bring the hands in front, open the knees up, and then we're gonna inhale here. Reach those arms, rock side to side. Just get a little cozier in your child's pose. Bring your forehead down and then rock the head side to side. And then settling into the center, take one breath here. And then you're just gonna press through your palms and then slowly walk your hands over to the right edge of the mat. Once you feel that stretch through the left side, just tuck your chin, let your forehead rest, and then breathe into that left side. Give yourself just 2 more big sips of air here. And then on your next inhale, slowly lifting the head and then walking the hands over to the left side, and then just breathing into the right. One more breath. And then slowly taking your time coming into the center, we're gonna slowly lift the hips up. And then from that position, go ahead and just kick your feet to one side. So take your time as you extend the legs straight out in front. And then from this position, what we're gonna do is extend the legs, keep the feet flat, and then we're gonna inhale here. Arms are gonna reach up towards the sky. Take a nice big breath in and then look to where the ceiling meets the wall. You're gonna reach there first, and then go ahead and grab outer edges of the feet, ankles, shins, whatever's there for you.
Use the grip of your hands to just pull your heart forward, and then breathe into that space. Every inhale, feel a little longer in your body. And every exhale, just a little softer. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths. And then as you exhale out all the air, you're going to release the grip you have with your hands, and then slowly take your time and roll all the way up. So then from this position, what you're gonna do is bend into your knees and scooch your hips forward a little bit. Grab the backs of the knees, and then you're gonna lean back, spreading those toes wide, lifting your shins parallel to the floor. So initially, I really want you to use your hands to create like an easy boat, and then squeeze the knees and see if it's there to reach the arms forward. Maybe you even start to lengthen through the legs, and you just keep breathing here for 3, lifting a little bit more. For 2, taking 1 more breath, and then slowly take your time, planting your feet flat and lifting once again back up. Arms are going to reach straight ahead. Now make sure your blocks or whatever you want for your Savasana are to the back of the mat. Take a nice big deep breath in. You're going to tuck the tailbone, slowly lower down about halfway, and then fold the ribs to come back up, nice and controlled. And again, lower down, breathe deeply, challenge that stability, and then pull your ribs in to lift up and over. Just 3 more like that. Lower down, shoulders are soft, fold the ribs to come up and over, and 2. Good, slowly coming all the way up. You have 1 more here, and then we're gonna lower down, and then you're just gonna hold it here. Could you challenge that balance and that stability and hug your ribs in as you reach your arms up? And then I want you to lower down as slow and steady as you can. So you must be breathing if you're gonna create that steady state. Now from here, bring your arms down by your side. Press through your feet. We're going to do just a little gentle bridge here, and just lift those hips up as your arms press down gently. Taking just 3 deep breaths here. 2. 1 more breath. And then you're gonna slowly lower the hips back down. From this position, lengthen the low back. You're gonna lift 1 leg up off of the floor, followed by the next, squeezing the knees and feet together. Now inhaling here, bring your arms to a little hover, tuck the chin towards the chest, and then you're gonna exhale, lift the head. Shoulders are gonna relax down your back. We're gonna inhale, lower the legs only to the point where you can keep that back flat, and exhale, slowly lift yourself back to center. So as you lower down, you're fighting to keep that flexion in your spine, which means you wanna make sure your head is looking forward, not up. You're not lowering the legs to try to touch the floor. If it's there for you, you can start to extend the legs as we reach out. Bending the knees back in by initiating with the squeeze of the knees. Option 3, slowly reach those arms back as the legs lengthen forward. Exhale, bringing your hands back. We have 3 more. Inhale, reaching away. Hugging to that midline. Exhale, coming back to center. 2. Really creating that space. Exhale. Only 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Lift your head a little higher right till the end, and then slowly release. Let your head be heavy, and then take your time and just rock a little bit side to side. And then when you feel ready, you're going to take your arms out like a T or a cactus, and you're just going to scoot your hips a tiny bit to the left, and then let those knees gently fall over to the right. Feel free to use those cushions as some support. And then left shoulder melts down, close your eyes, and maybe they follow the left side of your body, the left arm. And again, you just feel this chance to just rinse it all out. Allowing yourself just 2 more deep breaths. And then once you have exhaled out all the air, bring the head back to center, and followed by the knees, bring the hips back to the center and take a breath. Slowly then scooching your hips to the right side and letting the knees fall to the left. Now relaxing your right shoulder down to the floor, let the closed eyes fall to the right, and then just breathe into that. Unravel here for 2 more like this. And then slowly bring your head back to center, followed by the knees, followed by the hips, and then take your time as you grab your blocks, your bolster, your cushions. You're going to tuck the chin to the chest and then just bring the blocks right into the backs of the knees. Palms are going to flip up, and just for now, do nothing. Give your body a well-deserved time to just rest. Digest all of the work that you've done, but know that this is the most important work you do here on your yoga mat. Learning to dissolve distraction. Learning to dissolve anything that pulls you away from the present moment, the here, the now. Honoring and respecting how you feel. Just take a moment to notice how that feels. Did you wander off? Did you crave more? All just little pieces of information. Take one more breath here. Slowly and gently wiggle through your fingers and toes.
drawing your legs so they come together, and then the arms are going to reach up and back as you get those props out of your way, and just take a really nice long deep stretch. Hugging the knees nice and close into your chest. Let that be a delicious, nice little treat for the low back as you maybe rock side to side. And slowly release. Take your time curling over onto your right, dissolving any sense of urgency as we just relax for one more breath. And then slowly pushing yourself all the way up. We'll sit up really nice and tall, bringing the hands to the heart, closing the eyes, and just taking a moment to truly thank yourself. Thank your body. And just really let this set the tone as you head into the rest of your day or your week, and just really honor where you're at. Adjust accordingly so that no matter what you do, you can add that layer of presence, which immediately begets quality and care. And you deserve that. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. I hope you feel good. I hope I get to see you soon.